Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, an insight. Episode 202. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnuhu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dear devotees, we are listening to chapter 33 of Sri Sai SATCHARITRA that elucidates the greatness of Udi. Puji Sri Narasimha Swamiji has penned down 5 names in Sri Sai Sahasranamavali that expounds the efficacy and significance of Udi. We shall listen to the first one. It is listed on 218th Sahasranamavali as Om Shri Sai Aushadikruta Bhashmadaya Namaha. Salutations to the one who gives Udi as a medicine. Sri Sai Baba during his early days at Shirdi treated all the sick people as that of a Hakim, that is doctor. Shirdi was a hamlet with no medical facilities, so if anyone falls sick, they will rush to Sri Sai Maharaj for cure. He was very famous as a doctor. Sri Sai Baba would make medicines out of small local herbs and treat the patients. In Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, we have read a story of Sri Sai Baba treating a person with eye ailment. The person's eyes were swollen. His eyeballs were red. He was brought to Sri Sai Baba, who pounded some biba, that is Carpus anacardium or marking nuts, and made 2 balls of them, thrust one on each eye and wrapped a cloth bandage round his eyes. To the astonishment of all, next day when the bandage was removed and when water was poured over it, they found the inflammation has subsided and the pupil became white and clear. The eyes are delicate and the biba didn't cause any smarting but healed the eye disease. Many such cases were cured, and this is one instance of it. Shyama once suffered from piles, and he approached Sri Sai for relief. He was given a decoction of sonamukhi, that is senna pods. This gave him relief. Shyama himself had some knowledge about herbal medicines. After 2 years, the piles reoccurred and Madhavrao took the same decoction without consulting Baba. The result was that the disease aggravated, and when he went to Sri Sai Baba, Baba in a sarcastic tone asked, "Hey Vaidyaraj, how is your piles disease?" This made Shyama realized the omniscience and omnipotence of Sri Sai Baba. Then Shyama was cured by Baba's grace. Thus, Shyama understood that it is not just the medicines that cure the diseases of the patients, but it was Sri Sai Baba's grace. As Shyama was curious to learn the process of administering these herbal remedies in the later years, he learned it from Sri Sai Baba and became an expert in dispensing medicines for the ailing people. So, this also attracted Shyama towards Sri Sai Baba in the beginning years. In the initial years, when Sri Sai was not known outside of Shirdi and was considered as a mad fakir, he was staying in the dilapidated masjid, and adjacent to that was a small room which is now known as Shyam Sundar Hall. This room was a school, and the teacher was Shyama alias Madhavrao Deshpande. He was also staying in that school. It was a primary school for kids up to 5th grade. Only very few children were studying there. As Shyama was staying there during night, he used to observe Sri Sai Baba and has personally heard Sri Sai Baba conversing with various great saints in many languages. This was one of the reasons that he was gaining faith and remained closely associated with Sri Sai Maharaj. After some years, Sri Sai Maharaj stopped giving medicines. Instead, pronouncing the divine name of the Lord, he gave Udi that was taken from the holy Duni and cured all kinds of problems of the people. Mere glance of Sri Sai would heal all ailments. Still, to emphasize the glory of Udi, Sri Sai gave Udi to everyone. In fact, this was voiced out by Sri Sai Maharaj to Kaka Sahib Dikshit thus: "Initially, I was giving herbal medicines to cure the disease of people. Now, I am doing it by uttering the name of the God and by giving Udi." Let us listen to the second Sahasranamavali related to Udi. This is given in 678th Sahasranamavali. Om Shri Sai Bashma Danena Nirastadi Vyadi Dukkha Ashubha Akilaya Namaha. Salutations to the one who, by giving Udi, expels all evils created by primitive elements, diseases, sorrows, etc. If Sri Sai has given Udi to a person and uttered through his divine mouth, Allah Bala Karega or Allah Acha Karega, that is the greatest blessing to that person. If the person has implicit faith, then just receiving Udi from Sri Sai Baba's divine hands turns out to be boon to him, and from that moment his grief, tribulations, mental illness and other challenges will get resolved. This was experienced by one and all. The third Sahasranamavali related to Udi is in 681st Sahasranamavali, which says, Om Shri Sai Bashmaputa Mashidishtaya Namaha. Salutations to the one who dwells at masjid adorned with sacred ash. This is another significant Sahasranamavali as it expounds the glory of Udi. There is something called Bhashma Snanam, which means those who smear it all over their body need not take the regular bath using water, as this itself is equivalent to taking a bath. It is believed that Sri Sai Baba had remained many days without taking a bath. Every day he would wash his face, hands and legs, but was not seen having a bath daily. To recall, when Megha tried to give a bath to Sri Sai Baba, he asked, "Why does this fakir need all that?" This means the outer body of a normal human being gets dirty every day, hence that must be cleaned using water. But for a God incarnation like Sri Sai Baba, such cleansing process is not required. Sai philosophers have recorded that Sri Sai Maharaj had Bhashma Snanam. It means every day at Dwarakamai, Sri Sai Baba sat in front of the holy Duni, that is the Yoga Agni, and the ashes from this would spread every nook and corner of the masjid and also fell all over the body of Sri Sai Baba. This is considered as the Bhashma Snanam of Sri Sai Maharaj. Dwarakamai is the most sacred spot as Sri Sai Baba was residing there, and this is made more holier by the ashes that came from his dhuni that spread everywhere in the masjid. Following this, in the very next Sahasranamavali, that is in the 682nd, Pujya Sri Narasimha Swamiji writes, Om Sri Sai Bashma Dagda Akhila Amayaya Namaha. Salutations to the one who destroys the enemies, that is Arishad Varga, to ashes. We get ashes by burning wood, and these ashes are used for destroying the enemies, that is the Arishad Vargas. They are Kama, lust, Lobha, greed, Krodha, anger, Mada, pride, Moha, delusion, and Matsarya, jealousy. Devotees, if you observe closely, you will be able to realize that though there are many terms for Udi, Pujya Sri Narasimha Swamiji uses the word Bashmam in almost all the Sahasranamavali related to Udi. Next, in 807th Sahasranamavali, Swamiji says, Om Sri Sai Roga Daridre Dukkadin Bashmadanena Varayate Namaha. Salutations to the one who wards off sickness, poverty, pain and suffering by giving Udi. The divine ashes would ward off all kinds of sufferings. Hence, the greatness of Udi is underscored by Swamiji almost 5 times in his Sri Sai Sahasranamavali. As this chapter elucidates the glory of Udi, we listen to the 5 Sahasranamavali connected to this context. Let us now listen to the Leelas connected to Udi. To begin with, Hemat Panji narrates about a devotee named Narayan Rao Motiram Jani. Narayan Rao is his name. Motiram is the name of his father and Jani was considered as his family name. Whereas in the future years, his relatives had clarified that Ranade was the family name of Narayan Rao and not Jani, and this is mentioned in Sri Sai Leela magazine. However, in Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, he was known by the last name Jani and became familiar among the Sai devotees, so even his son carried the name Jani and had it as Jani Ranade. Narayan Rao Motiram Jani lived in Nasik and belonged to Audishwara Brahmin clan that prevails in Gujarat. They were very orthodox Brahmins. This clan also encompasses the sect known as Joshi. Joshis are known for their expertise in astrology, whereas Narayan Rao worked as a cook for a Sai devotee by named Ramachandra Vaman Modak. Before pondering on how Narayan Rao Motiram Jani came for Sri Sai's darshan, it is inevitable for us to know about Ramachandra Vaman Modak. Narayan Rao Motiram Jani came for Sri Sai Baba's darshan only by October 1918, that is, precisely few days before Sri Sai Baba's Mahasamadhi, he came to Shirdi. Ramachandra Vaman Modak has been coming for Sri Sai Baba's darshan from 1909 and was an ardent devotee of Sri Sai Maharaj. He was working as a senior government auditor of Municipal and Local Accounts Department. He was posted in West Khandesh. Khandesh was a vast district and he oversaw auditing of all the local municipal corporations in the western region. In the district of Khandesh, there are 2 main regions. One is Dhulia and the other is Jalgaon. His work was mainly in west, which is close to Dhulia. So he moved his family there. The head office was in Mumbai. So he had to travel to Mumbai very often and then visit the municipal offices in the west of Khandesh to audit their accounts. He was a very sincere employee and a fervent devotee of Sri Sai Maharaj. His first darshan was during the year 1909. Whenever he came to Shirdi, he stayed there for many days. During one of his visits, after having his darshan of Sri Sai Baba, he stayed for many days and was intending to leave owing to his official work, whereas he can't go without taking Sri Sai Baba's permission. So, Shyama intervened and spoke to Sri Sai Maharaj thus, Baba, it's been many days now, so please permit Ramachandra Vaman Modak to leave Shirdi. Hearing this, Sri Sai Maharaj got annoyed and replied harshly, Shamya, he didn't come to meet you, but has come to see me. And glancing at Ramachandra, asked, Am I right? You came to meet me and not Shamya, isn't it? Ramachandra smiled and nodded his head in affirmative. Ramachandra used to send dakshina to Sri Sai Baba often through money order. Usually, the mails or money order related to Sri Sai Maharaj would be addressed to Shyama, Jog or Nulkar. Likewise, once he had sent ₹5 as dakshina to Nulkar, but Nulkar was on deathbed, so he gave it to Nilkant, his friend, and said, Submit this to Sri Sai on behalf of Ramachandra Vaman Modak. Nilkant brought it to Sri Sai Maharaj, and omniscient Sri Sai Baba blessed the offering, and knowing that Nilkar will attain Samadhi soon, said to Nilkant, You keep this ₹5. It will come for use. Nilkant wondered what he will do with this money, but same day he had planned to go to Jalgaon to bring Nulkar's family, as Nulkar was seriously ill. Nulkar didn't have money to travel. Eventually, this ₹5 was used, and to his astonishment, the expenses for his travel from Shirdi to Jalgaon was exactly ₹5. Nilkant was stunned at the omniscience of Sri Sai Maharaj. For the divine incarnation, nothing is veiled. He knew the past, present, and the future of everyone. Thus, Ramachandra Vaman Modak remained as a great devotee of Sri Sai Baba. There is an incredible miracle experienced by him, and more interesting events related to his life, which we shall listen in the coming episode. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.